Hello, and today we're going to talk about how to lower your patient acquisition costs and increase your patient lifetime value. You see, every dollar counts when it comes to running a successful private practice. But do you know where your marketing dollars are really going and what you're getting in return for that? So today we're going to break down two of the most important metrics in your business, which is patient acquisition cost and patient lifetime value. And when you understand and optimize these numbers, you can dramatically grow your practice while increasing profitability. We'll show you how to spend smarter, earn more, and avoid costly marketing mistakes that too many clinics make. This is about giving you the tools and insights to take control of your growth, attract more of the right patients, and maximize every opportunity inside your practice. So let's talk about understanding your patient acquisition cost. Simply put, it's how much it costs you to get a new patient into your practice. And if you don't know your PAC, you're running your clinic with a major blind spot. See, PAC is calculated by dividing your total marketing spend by the number of new patients acquired during a specific time frame. For example, if you spent $2,000 last month on marketing and brought in 25 new patients, your PAC is $80. But it's not just a number. PAC tells you how efficient your marketing is. It shows you if you're getting enough return from your advertising or if you're throwing money at channels that don't convert. Your practice tracking PAC helps you budget smartly. It helps you compare different campaigns, adjust your messaging, and choose the right mix of digital and offline marketing. See, knowing this number puts you in control. It means you're not guessing. You're measuring and managing your growth like a smart business owner. So here's some proven ways to lower your patient acquisition cost. So now let's look at how you can reduce that cost and bring in more patients more efficiently. So lowering your PAC doesn't mean cutting corners. It means being smarter with your marketing and improving the systems within your clinic. In fact, a lot of times this actually means spending more money into marketing systems that actually work. First, you got to optimize your website for conversions. If you don't, visitors to it simply turn away and look somewhere else. Your website really is the hub of your online presence, and it needs to convert visitors into patients. So make sure your site is mobile friendly, has fast load times, it's easy to navigate, and features strong calls to actions like clear request and appointment buttons. Include testimonials, frequently asked questions, and condition-specific pages that align with how patients are searching online. Secondly, improve your targeting. So too many practices waste advertising budget on broad or irrelevant audiences. You got to use data to focus your advertising on high value segments like specific age groups, zip codes, or those searching for back pain, post-surgery rehab, or pelvic floor therapy. Third, you got to follow up fast. If a patient submits a form and leaves a voicemail and no one gets back to them quickly, you could lose that lead. So train your front desk to follow up within minutes, ideally. Use automation like emails or SMS to keep warm leads engaged. And fourth, invest in organic content. This means blog posts, videos, patient stories, and Google reviews. These all help bring in traffic without increasing ad spend. These assets continue to work for your clinic long term, well after you've published them. And finally, track and test. Every dollar should be accountable. Review which campaigns and platforms are converting the best. Adjust headlines, try new keywords, and always be refining. Your goal should be to bring in more qualified leads while reducing the cost per conversion. So lowering your PAC is about efficiency, not just savings. So with the right tools and habits, you can stretch your marketing dollar further and drive better patient flow into your clinic. Now let's talk about understanding patient lifetime value. So let's explore the other side of this profitability equation, which is your patient lifetime value, or LTV. And LTV is the total revenue your clinic earns from a patient over their lifetime. It includes that initial care plan, any return visits, wellness or cash-based services, and even the referrals they send. So why is this important to you and your practice? Because when you know how much a patient is worth over time, you can make much better decisions and about how much you would like to really invest in acquiring and retaining them. So think of it this way. If your average patient comes in for $1,000 of treatment, but ends up coming back 6 months later for another $700 and refers their spouse or neighbor, now you're looking at $2,700 plus lifetime value for one patient. And LTV helps you shift from that short-term transactional thinking to long-term relationship building. It allows you to budget your marketing more confidently, knowing that the value is not just in that first appointment, but in the entire patient journey. So here's some ways to increase your patient lifetime value. So to grow your revenue and stabilize your practice long-term, you want to increase your LTV. And there are 3 key ways to do this: retention, reactivations, and referrals. So let's focus first on retention. And retention is about ensuring patients complete their full plan of care and stay connected with your clinic after discharge. Many clinics lose revenue because their patients drop out halfway through care. So how can you improve your retention? Well, you got to start with education. Make sure patients understand the value of completing care and the risks of stopping early. You got to provide progress updates and keep them engaged with outcome tracking. You got to be delivering a great experience from that front desk to discharge. You got to build trust and satisfaction with them all along the way. And when patients feel cared for, they stick with you longer. Now let's just talk about reactivations. Reactivations are your low-hanging fruit. These are patients who've had a positive experience with you but haven't returned recently. You need a rhythm of outreach to bring them back. You need to send seasonal reminders, offer up follow-up reassessments, or promote new services. Use email marketing, use social media, and keep working at it, right? This is where their best friends are. Even a simple "We Miss You" campaign can reactivate dozens of patients. And remember, they already know, like, and trust you. It's just about staying top of mind. And when you're good with that, then you can work on referrals. And that third pillar is referrals. It's happy patients who are your most powerful advocates, but they need encouragement to spread that word of mouth. So you want to make referrals easy. You want to provide them with referral cards, and a more physical reminder hangs around longer than just a digital link. So you got to also run a patient success story campaign and offer social sharing incentives. And you can also ask, who else do you know that could use our help? And the best time to ask for a review is when a patient has a big change, not at discharge. So once you ask and receive a review while the patient types it on the phone in their clinic, then thank them and present them with a referral card. The beauty of referrals is they're cost-effective and high quality. These new patients tend to trust you more and convert faster. So retention, reactivation, and referrals all help you get more revenue from every patient who walks in your door without increasing your acquisition costs. Now let's talk about how to avoid underspending in marketing because it actually costs you more in the long run. So let's tackle this common trap, which is thinking you're saving money by spending less on marketing. It feels safe, but it's actually costing your practice big time. Underfunding your marketing means fewer new patients, which leads to underutilized staff, empty appointment slots, and stagnant growth. It puts your business in a reactive position instead of a proactive one. So if your clinic can handle 250 visits a week, but you're only seeing 180, that gap isn't a staffing problem, it's a marketing problem. See, the top performing clinics budget 5 to 10% of their monthly revenue on marketing. Why? Because they see the return. They know that consistent strategic investment leads to consistent new patient flow and increased profitability. So the takeaway here is don't fear marketing spend. Fear not by having the right systems to measure it, and also spend intentionally, track your results, and know your numbers. And that's how to scale a healthy, thriving practice. So in conclusion, marketing success in your practice isn't about doing more. It's about doing things smarter. And so you got to lower your patient acquisition costs by optimizing your website, targeting better, and improving conversions. And then you got to work towards raising your patient lifetime value by keeping patients longer, bringing them back, and encouraging them to refer others. And remember, consistent investment leads to consistent results across all of these. So know your numbers, and use them to guide your growth. If you're ready to gain control over your marketing performance and start growing more profitability, we'd love to help. Let's walk through how you can apply these strategies with our team at Practice Promotions. So simply jump on a free strategy call with one of our marketing consultants, and they'll help you out with that. In our next videos, we're going to walk through how to attract higher paying patients and kill the marketing confusion. So keep on learning. I'm Neil Triggett, and I'm wishing you much success in your practice.